Welcome to this week's edition of Q News. I'm Deandra Williams.
And I'm Reese Allen. In Guilford County, COVID-19 cases continue to rise due to the Delta variant.
For those who have yet to get the COVID-19 shot, a group in High Point is trying to make it more accessible. Lizbeth has more on that story.
Over the summer, the Guilford County Health Department and YWCA created VaxConnect. The program helps the lower-income neighborhoods get vaccinated by removing barriers. The connectors canvass every week and have had great success in 4 short months. Dalton Lucas, a connector, shares his favorite memory with the program so far.
Elderly couple that had a lot of concerns about the vaccine. They shared some really personal details about why they didn't want to get it, and my partner Liz and I tried to do as much as we could to provide them with the correct information on the vaccine and where the vaccine was made and the timeline and all of the information related to it. And they decided not to get it in that moment. Then we were walking up the street, and then as we were coming back down, they flagged us down. We made an appointment for them, and they were able to get their vaccine.
As they go into their 4th month, lead connector Annie Titus talks about the changes VaxConnect is going through and will continue to go through.
Momentum may change a little bit. It may look different. Our engagement may look different. It has been looking different because we've been going through events and doing less canvassing, but hanging out at back to school events.
If you or someone you know is interested in receiving the vaccine, you can contact VaxConnect or go to guilfordvaccination.com.
Guilford County Schools released new data that showed the COVID-19 pandemic had a negative impact on student learning. North Carolina received a waiver for student performance grades in the 2020-2021 school year. However, the district still administered the test to see students' proficiency. Guilford County was ranked lower in comparison to most districts, falling 12.7% overall. The district says they are providing more tutoring to get those grades back up.
Next for Q News, find out ways you can get more involved in the community.
And if you're looking for places to go, we know a great coffee spot and art gallery coming up.
How am I going to pay for this?
The Volunteers in Service to America, better known as VISTAs, are a key component to HPU and the High Point community. The VISTAs serve the City of High Point, Community Writing Center, the YWCA, High Point Schools, Communities in Schools, and D-UP. This week, many of the VISTAs will have their first month evaluation with their supervisors. Many of the VISTAs are excited to learn new skills such as communication, and others want to help bridge the gap between HPU students and the community. There are currently 9 VISTAs in service, and they are all High Point alumni that have graduated in the past 3 years.
If you're looking for a good atmosphere and great coffee, Riley knows just the place.
And then look away.
The city of High Point has many hidden gems, but this coffee shop has a different history than the rest.
83 Custom Coffee started in 2017 when Justin Stabb purchased an 83 Custom Chevy truck and turned it into a coffee shop on wheels. He then worked out of this truck for 3 years, bringing people from all across the city to try his coffee. In February of 2020, however, Stabb decided that 83 Custom Coffee was more than just a truck, and he was ready to move into something a little more permanent. One of his now employees, Riley Daub, learned a lot about the history from her boss and why he decided to make the jump.
Well, as you can see, this space has multiple retailers. I think that 83 was started on the basis of community and connection, so to have it be connected to other High Point businesses was really special. And this space just worked out perfectly. I think that by the time they were ready to transition out of the truck, they had really outgrown this space.
The 83 Custom Coffee truck is still a staple in the community and is recognized by so many. Sometimes it gets brought to special events and serves the same delicious coffee.
And of course it's there for events, like it still goes around to do market 2 times a year and it's available for rent, but this really gives more of a permanent location to the shop and really establishes itself within the community.
Be sure to check out 83 Custom Coffee right here in High Point for some of the best coffee in town. For Q News, I'm Riley Mannion.
83 Custom Coffee is open Sunday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Be sure to check it out.
This month, the Seacrest Gallery is showcasing the work of artist Nicole M. Santiago. Her work resembles the life of caretakers and the in-between mundane moments of a caregiver's day-to-day. The Seacrest Gallery is located on High Point University's campus inside the Hayworth Fine Arts Center. Santiago's exhibit will be displayed in the gallery through October 8th.
Thanks for watching Q News. I'm Reese Allen.
And I'm Deandra Williams. Q Sports is next.
I may never have met you. We don't go way back. Maybe we wouldn't even be friends if we did. But when you wear a mask, you have my respect. Because your mask doesn't protect you. It protects me. I wear my mask to protect you. Mask up, America.
So much against us. You will see me wearing a face covering.
And even with my face covered,
you will see me.
As a son.
As a friend to everyone I meet.
As a fighter for change.
As a woman who stands up for what I believe in.
So join me in wearing a face covering.
To help stop the spread of the coronavirus.
Because this is one small act of kindness that has the power to bring us all together.
From the Nito Corbin School of Communication on the campus of High Point University, this is Q Sports Update.
Hello and welcome to HBU Q Sports. I'm Noah Lewis.
And I'm Andrew Macbeth. Advancements in name, image, and likeness rules have given student athletes more opportunities to market themselves in mainstream media.
Ben Membrino sat down with HBU's athletic director Dan Hauser to speak more on how this affects students, athletes here on campus.
After a loss at the Supreme Court in late June, the NCAA finally ripped the Band-Aid off and began allowing student athletes to sell their name, image, and likeness. Since then, student athletes from across the country have been profiting off of their athlete status, including some here at High Point University. Athletic Director Dan Hauser explained how the range of the NIL has reached HBU.
And I think it was maybe in the 40 people type of range that have signed an NIL deal at HBU. We have 400 student athletes, so that would represent about 10% of our student athletes have some form of a deal.
HBU student athletes have been enjoying utilizing their likenesses with brands who are willing to compensate them for it, despite the deals generally being small, according to Hauser.
You're signing something where you're getting free product to do something, or you're signing something to where maybe you're getting paid $500.
Bigger schools have seen a much larger impact of the NIL protections, with prominent athletes partnering with bigger brands for deals reaching upwards of 6 figures.
I'm surprised at some of the deals and the dollar amounts. I question in my mind, is that corporation getting the value for that investment?
Despite his doubts for the values of some of these mega deals, Hauser has been pleased to see a fair balance for the NIL at HBU.
All of the athletes that have signed, I'm happy for them, and I'm glad that they've been able to profit from this. And it's all kind of landed at our level at High Point University, kind of exactly where I thought it would land.
Reporting live for Q News, I'm Ben Membrino.
While college students won't get rich from NIL deals, according to a report in the Portland Business Journal, the average deal puts an extra $900 in the pockets of students across the country.
The HBU track and field teams are off to a hot start, winning their first outdoor championship this year. This year, the teams are training harder than ever for their upcoming season, training 20 hours every week. The Big South canceled indoor championships last year, so the team is super excited to get back to competing. Their first indoor meet starts in mid-December, where they hope to take home another ring.
Coming up on Q Sports, how the road to broadcasting took an HBU student to Michigan.
And find out how organized football is being played on HBU's campus. That's next on Q Sports.
Smith, I can party with people as long as they don't have symptoms. That myth is false. As we've seen, up to 40% of people who have COVID-19 are asymptomatic and can pass it on to others. So I'd recommend avoiding any social parties, especially indoor ones. If you want to try to socialize but reduce your risk, I'd recommend meeting outside in small groups, continuing to wear a mask, and socially distancing from others if you can. Then together, we can keep COVID-19 out of school.
For ways to keep your community safe, go to backtoschooltogether.com.
Here on campus, one of the best ways to get involved in athletics is through SportsLink. Sportscaster Harris Eisenberg had a great opportunity to improve his skills as a broadcaster over the summer. Danny Shea has more on that.
High Point University senior Harris Eisenberg had his first taste at the rest of his life this summer as he got to intern for the Battle Creek Bombers out of Battle Creek, Michigan. The Battle Creek Bombers are a small baseball team, but gave Harris Eisenberg a great experience.
The whole experience was great, getting there, just keeping prepared and just making sure I was doing well every night, always constantly evaluating myself. The overall experience was everything that you wanted as a young broadcaster just starting out. You're calling 72 games in 76 days, so it's a grind, but you get the experience of, being close to the players and stuff and working within the organization. So it was a fantastic experience on the broadcast side.
Eisenberg, a senior this year at High Point University, has been calling games on ESPN Plus here with SportsLink since he was a freshman. This year as a senior, he's just looking to soak it all in, enjoy the ride, and maybe look at some other things besides broadcasting as well.
It is my last year, likely. I don't know what's going to happen with the fifth year, but I think we're just going to soak everything in. I play club baseball myself and one of the captains this year, so very focused on that primarily and just trying to win. Probably will be my last year playing ball, so before I get into the whole broadcasting profession for full time. So, I just want to soak everything in though. I've met some great people and just trying to do as much as I can. But over the last 3 years, I got to say I've probably accomplished everything that I ever wanted to do here. So, this last year, probably just, soak everything in, do everything that I want to do, broadcast as much as I can, play ball and win some games. And yeah, just have a good, fun year.
Peltier looking to end things. First pitch to Zap, lefty-lefty matchup. Zap squares to bunt. It's up the third base side. Peltier glove slips and fires in time. Oh, what a play!
For Q News, I'm Danny Shea.
Eisenberg returned to the booth at HPU this past week as the women's soccer team defeated Winthrop 3-2 at Vert Stadium.
The intramural flag football playoffs opened up this week, starting with the men's league Monday night and champions to be crowned on all divisions after fall break. With the fall season wrapping up, HPU Rec offers intramural sports all year long for those looking to get involved on campus. Upcoming sports include soccer, softball, tennis, basketball, ultimate frisbee, and more. Go to imleagues.com and follow the HPU Rec social pages for more information on various future league signups.
That's all this week for Q Sports. I'm Andrew Macbeth.
And I'm Noah Lewis. We'll see you next time.